the blue economy. As you know, the blue economy concept is viewed as an alternative economic model for sustainable development that puts the oceans at the center of this approach. This is in line with, Professor Sachin already told, in line with Goal 14 of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which focuses on the conservation and the sustainable use of oceans, seas, and maritime resources in Southeast Asia. The maritime sector is very important in terms of logistics and transportation, economic resources, environmental sustainability, and sovereignty. Connectivity between ASEAN member states with India is essential in many ways. Given their potential in the blue economy, their economic sizes, geographical locations, sea-land connectedness, and trade relations. India has a very strategic maritime position as it sits right in the middle of Southeast Asia and the middle of East African continent. It is also a maritime gateway to South and Central Asia. UNCTAD 2017 forecasted that between 2017 and 2022, the trade in the major commodities and containerized trade is forecast to grow by 5.6% and 5% respectively. Volumes are likely to be further supported by infrastructure development projects such as One Belt, One Road initiative China, the International North-South Transport Corridor, India, the Russian Federation and Central Asia, and the Quality for Infrastructure Partnership Japan. The blue economy relation between ASEAN and India can be maximized by strengthening cooperation in related sectors, including science, port development, community development, and logistics. Area can act as a strategic partner to support this cooperation through research, capacity building, and active participation in the network. I hope all participants here today will have a fruitful, insightful, powerful discussions about this important topic from their various perspectives. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Nishimura, for a very thoughtful speech. Now may I request Vietnam Ambassador Ton Sin Tan to give his remarks, please.
Excellency Ambassador P.T. Saran, Secretary East, the Ministry of External Affairs of India, Dr. Sachin Chaturvedi from RIS, Professor Hideshruti Nishimura, President of the Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and East Asia, distinguished guests and participants, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to represent Vietnam to join India in co-chairing this second workshop on blue economy. This is a very important event in line with the decision by the leaders of ASEAN and India at the commemorative summit last January 2018 in New Delhi, in which cooperation in the maritime domain was identified as the key area for cooperation between the two sides. It is also the continuation of the successful first workshop on blue economy, co-organized by Vietnam and India last November in 2017 in Nha Trang, Vietnam. We are very pleased to see the distinguished participants from the government, research, academia, related stakeholders in this workshop. We believe by working together, pooling our knowledge, expertise, experience, and best practices together from both ASEAN and India, we can substantively move forward our cooperation in this flagship area of cooperation between ASEAN and India. We are very much looking forward to fruitful discussion today to explore on how ASEAN and India can work together to advance our common interest in the huge potential but yet fully exploited important area of blue economy. Ladies and gentlemen, according to some estimates, oceans support 90% of the global trade volume and 40% of global trade value, contributing 70 trillion US dollars to global GDP annually. In some countries, ocean economy can account for 15 to 20% of their GDP. Every day, the ocean provides enormous amount of food such as fish and vegetation, resources such as oil, gas, hydrocarbons, minerals, transport, telecommunication, shipping, port service, and also great potential for renewable energy. Blue economy is nowadays increasingly considered by many countries as a driver for inclusive and sustainable economic growth and development. ASEAN-India partnership was established in 1992, but the linkage between countries in Southeast Asia and India dates back 1,000 years, fostering trade exchanges of art, religion, culture, and languages. Oceans have been the prominent medium for our countries to maintain and nurture that close linkage, and have opened up enormous opportunities and provided great resources for the advancement of our civilizations. Today, ASEAN-India strategic partnership has advanced ways beyond what the relation between our countries centuries ago. Annual trade between ASEAN and India totaled 72 billion US dollars last year, and millions of people travel between two sides every year. ASEAN and India are natural partners that share geographical, historical, and cultural ties. The ocean, like it was 1,000 years ago, remains the premium pathway for the linkage between countries in Southeast Asia and India. With rapid advancement of science technology, of the Industrial Revolution 4.0, 4.0 and the high level of confidence of strategic partnership between ASEAN and India, the oceans in our time offer even more opportunities for us to further promote and enhance more beneficial partnership between ASEAN and India. Blue economy is a very promising domain of great potential for us to pursue our economic prosperity together and enhance our strategic partnership even stronger. That being said, the resources from oceans are huge but not unlimited. On the global scale, sustainable use of ocean resource has been an important agenda in which Goal 14 of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2030 has related life below water, conserve and sustainably use oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Therefore, this workshop is also an excellent opportunity for ASEAN and India, who are committed to United Nations SDG, to work together to maintain the sustainable development of oceans. Ladies and gentlemen, at the first ASEAN-India workshop on blue economy in Vietnam, we have had intensive, fruitful discussions and a common understanding of the importance of blue economy in maintaining a prosperous and sustainable economic development. We also come up with important recommendations such as strengthening cooperation in maritime connectivity, renewable energy, biotechnology, tourism, aquaculture, coastal and ocean management, working towards building necessary institutional framework to support regional countries in the development of blue economy, integrating the blue economy approach into national and regional development strategies, and explore the possibility of developing a cooperation framework in this area. At this second workshop, we will advance our discussions on examining the overview of the blue economy in the context of ASEAN-India cooperation and the activities taken by ASEAN countries and India. We will explore the manner in which technology can be harnessed in aid of blue economy and discuss how to strengthen maritime connectivity and also the safe use of the oceans and seas to progress the agenda of blue economy. And through all of these topics, to identify specific activities and concrete projects that we can work together. In conclusion, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the Government of India, the RIS, for the Economic Research Institute for ASEAN and India and East Asia, and also National Maritime Foundation for your strong support and valuable contributions to this series of workshops. We would also like to express our appreciation to all the participants from ASEAN and India, especially any eminent speakers who have traveled across the sea to be with us today in our work to advance the economy, blue economy together between ASEAN and India. I wish the workshop a great success and look forward to your insightful discussion today. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you very much. Now we request Ambassador Priti Sharan to give the keynote address. Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, Namaste. Ambassador Thonsin Than, Ambassador Mohan Kumar, Chairman RIS, Professor Hidetoshi Nishimura, President IRIA, And of course, heartiest congratulations on your third term as well, Professor. Professor Sachin Chaturvedi, DG RIS, Dr. Prabir Dey, Coordinator, ASEAN-India Center at RIS, ambassadors from ASEAN countries, distinguished SOM leaders and other senior officials from the ASEAN member countries, my colleagues, Joint Secretary Anurag Bhushan and Manish, distinguished guests, participants from ASEAN countries as well as from India. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to be here today to speak at the second ASEAN-India workshop on blue economy. On behalf of my colleagues in the Ministry of External Affairs, I extend a very warm welcome to all of you, especially the ASEAN delegates who are here today in our midst. I would like to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Vietnam, the RIS, especially the ASEAN-India Center, and the National Maritime Foundation of India for supporting the Ministry of External Affairs in organizing this event. ASEAN and India are maritime neighbors. We share a vast common maritime domain. As maritime nations, as a maritime nation, our West